nature isn't fair, but energy should be. Hanwha is leading the way in finding sustainable energy solutions for people in all environments. Hanwha.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Koch. One of the pillars of the next era of energy will be solar. It is abundant, it's renewable, and right now, the first fully integrated solar supply chain of its kind is being built right here in the United States. Here to tell us about it and what the growth of solar holds for the future of clean energy is Danielle Merfeld. Danielle is global CTO of Hanwha Qcells. Now, Hanwha is a clean energy solutions provider and the largest U.S. silicon solar panel manufacturer. So, Daniel, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Daniel, Hanwha Qcells is doing something that has never been done before here in the United States. You're putting almost the entire solar supply chain under one roof. Why take on something so ambitious? That has got to be a huge investment.
It really is an ambitious investment at about $3 billion. Between our factory in Dalton and this supply chain facility that's still under construction in Cartersville, Georgia, we're on track to bring Qcells' annual solar production capacity in the US to 8.4 gigawatts by the end of the year, which is around enough to power about 1.3 million homes annually. And by doing this, we've created nearly 4,000 jobs in Georgia. We're investing in solar because it's the fastest growing, lowest cost source of energy today. And a great fun fact about solar is that the amount of solar energy that hits the earth every hour is enough to power all of our energy needs for an entire year. Ultimately, we see solar as the key to building a sustainable future, and we want to build that future right here in America.
So, having every aspect of the manufacturing process in one location must speed your ability to develop and test new ideas. How is it impacting innovation?
Innovation is always driven by learning rates. So having a streamlined supply chain, having this integrated factory all under one roof means that we can connect the dots and create these cycles of learning that help us go faster, enabling innovation at scale. So we also can then bring these new technologies to market more quickly. So having learning and the data flow is something that wouldn't be possible if we had these under separate facilities. We'd have reduced visibility. So ultimately, we're fostering these research breakthroughs because our control of the process and our access to the data is helping us see where innovation is most needed, and then that we can implement and push those through more quickly because we control this manufacturing process end to end, all in one place.
So, you've been in the renewable energy industry for more than 20 years. You've seen it evolve. What recent U.S. federal government actions have helped your industry progress? And then on the other hand, what about challenges? Where could the government do more?
Yeah, there's been a lot done to create the environment in the US that has made our investments in Q-Cells viable. First is the support from local officials in Georgia. There was also trade actions taken by the Trump administration in 2018. And of course, the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed just a couple of years ago. Despite all of this progress, though, the reality is that the US solar industry is facing very challenging market conditions. So for emerging US solar manufacturers to succeed in the long run, we need to see our nation's trade laws enforced to make sure that domestic producers have a level playing field to compete on. And we need a provision to be implemented that supports domestically manufactured wafers and cells. These are two really critical components of solar panels. So this ongoing support is the only way we'll be able to see continued progress in bringing this vital industry back to the US.
So, is there any legislation in the works on that one point? And then how do you spur more enforcement?
Yeah, there's tremendously good, solid groundwork already laid in the innovation in the legislation that we have, but we do need to see some of the tax implications of this cleared up so that we have a good understanding for investors and for domestic suppliers how to get the most out of the legislation that's there.
And then on the enforcement question, that's a tough one.
Oh yeah, it is tough. I think we've done this as a country before, and I think it's ultimately something that will be our it will be what makes the difference. So I think this is something that we have to prioritize.
So I understand Hanwha Q Cells doesn't only make solar modules, but you also focus on streamlining consumers' ability to access and use solar energy. Tell us about your commitment to spurring the energy transition.
Well, we know as the world transitions to this more clean and plentiful energy source like solar, there's also going to be a shift in how we manage it, how we use it. For example, coupling solar power with batteries is a way to generate energy from the sun that can be used long after the sun sets. Enhancing the system with AI to forecast when is the best time to charge or discharge the battery, or even when to sell it back to the grid. This is a way our customers can make money using their systems, not just save money. But the thing that sets Q Cells apart is the breadth of our innovation in this realm. So in addition to building the technology in our factories, we're also making it easier for customers to get solar on their roof by offering financing solutions. We're helping develop, design, and even build large systems for utilities to help them lower costs for their customers. And we're even making it possible for households and businesses to band together and operate virtual power plants. This is helping reduce costs in utilities even further and, more importantly, increase the resilience of our network. So we're really excited about the future of solar, and the possibilities here are limitless.
Danielle Merfeld, Global CTO of Hanwha Qcells. Thank you so much for the fascinating conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And now I'll toss it back to the Washington Post.